Hello and a pleasant welcome to the National News File here on Star Television Network on Channel 21. I am Hassan Kuruma. First of the headlines. The second and third edition of the book Ponder My Thoughts, written by engineer Andrew Carmore Kiley, was on Thursday 8 August 2019, launched at the British Council Auditorium in Freetown.
From politics to governance to social events to youth issues to football, everything I cover.
Now, in order to complement government's efforts in achieving the free quality education, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Constituency 128, Honorable Benjamin Toure, together with Dr. Ali Kaba, has donated school furniture to El Mubarak Islamic Pre-Primary School at Wilberforce in Freetown.
School and can donate table and chair, and also with the support of Dr. Ali Kaba, where he give for the government in effort and the free quality education they in a place and they in a better time.
The Ministry of Youth Affairs has unveiled the consultants for the review of the National Youth Policy and to Youth Act.
Broader poverty, debilitating social and economic growth. The need for investment in the youth sector and so moving beyond youth projects, programs, or youth activities to holistic attitudinal, strategic and financial shifts in engaging, planning and delivering.
One of Sierra Leone's biggest mobile communications company, Africell Sierra Leone Limited, is currently catering for tertiary students and school-going pupils during the summer holidays by engaging them in innovation computer skills at the Africell American Corner in Freetown.
That your age actually doesn't matter, whether you're 7, whether you're 10, whether you're 5, whether you're 25. The one thing that matters is that you realize and recognize that you are a leader.
And in sport, one of the applicants for the head coach of Sierra Leone national male football team, Musa Kalon, has shared with Star TV why the Sierra Leone Football Association and the Minister of Sport should give him the opportunity to coach the national team.
Very fair to all the candidates that applied for the job, and I like it that way. I think it's going to end up in a very good way.
All these stories plus weather and currency updates all lined up for you in our National News File. Now for the news in full with me, Hassan Kuruma. The second and third edition of the book Ponder My Thoughts was on Thursday, August 8, 2019, launched at the British Council Auditorium in Freetown. Engineer Andrew Carmore Kiley, writings play a unique and important role in the political and social landscape of Sierra Leone. Admiral Samai caught up with both Professor Usman Sankor, who officially launched the book, and Andrew Kiley, and spoke to them on the importance of the second and third edition of Ponder My Thoughts in this interview.
We launched Ponder My Thoughts Volume 2 and 3. As you know, Volume 1 was launched in 2015. Volume 2 and 3 cover events that happened in 2014 and 2015. It's actually a compilation of all my articles written during those periods. And that's what we launched. I cover most issues in Sierra Leone, from politics to governance to social events to youth issues to football, everything I cover. And it's more like taking a bird's eye view of what is happening in the country. And all of these events I capture on a weekly basis. And people like reading it. I've got a good readership. And I just compiled all of them together. It's got articles like on Pakaba, like President Kaba, Kumedia, Kumed the Man. It's got articles on football, like Waragwe's first football match. It's got articles on Ebola. It's got articles on politics, on the Samsumana saga. It talks about governance issues. Basically, it's written so that you get the reader to think about some of these issues. You take an issue, you analyze it, you find solutions. Not that you're right, but at least sold in various supermarkets, mostly in St. Mary's Supermarket, Hill Station, Total Lights, Fields. I like journalism. My late brother was a journalist. I have a lot of association with journalists in this country. And James, who is the head of the department, used to be editor of Salon Time, which is my newspaper, and she's now head of the department. And I basically know that she has a lot of constraints in terms of running that department, in terms of equipment, in terms of various things to run their own newspaper and so on. So I just decided, not that, because it's a compilation, it's all the events that happened, all the things I wrote about in 2014 in Volume 2 and 2015 in Volume 3. So it's a year, it covers 2 years. I already have material to cover later years again in subsequent volumes of the cover. I learned Volume 1 in 2015.
I think that Sierra Leone, as we used to say, the Athens of West Africa, ladies and gentlemen, with people like Andrew Kiley, with people like some of you who keep your manuscripts and you don't give them to me, we know we will get there again. We will get there. All is not lost, under my thoughts. And here we are. And I feel really greatly honored to launch these 2 volumes of Ponder My Thoughts, Volume 1, Volume 2, ladies and gentlemen, is blue color over there, and Volume 3. That is Ponder My Thoughts.
In order to complement government's efforts in achieving the free quality education, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Constituency 128, Honorable Benjamin Touré, together with the Sierra Leone representative to the United Nations, Dr. Ali Kaba, has donated school furniture to the El Mubarak Islamic Pre-Primary School at Wilberforce in Freetown. George Elliott Sam has more in our report.
In order to complement the government on the free and quality education, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Constituency 128, Honorable Benjamin Touré, together with the Sierra Leone representative to the United Nations, Dr. Ali Kaba, has donated school furniture to the El Mabuk Islamic Pre-Primary School at Wilberforce in Freetown. In an interview with Star Television, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Constituency 128, Honorable Benjamin Touré said, while His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, is making a strive to see that all the children are in school, they also, as Member of Parliament, have to play their role to complement the President's effort towards a free and quality education. The Honorable Member went on to say that his dream is to see that his constituency take the lead in all developmental issues across the country.
We can donate table and chair at this school, when an Islamic school. And of course, we all know say the government in priority right now in education. And for complement the efforts of the government, our president today, that make and we come at this particular school and can donate table and chair. And also with the support of Dr. Ali Kaba, we the G for let's say the government in effort and say the free quality education they in a place and they in a better time. That's why we decide for can as a team for can donate table and chair at this school. And of course, as we don't start here, not only have one left arm, one take and right around the constituency, and we look and say and fit. Of course, you say we don't go around, you don't see say the picking actually the lack of them in there so and the table and chair in the use right now, in that better form and in that better condition there. So that's why as an honorable we are there for me people and I there for serving people and system me community whenever they call on me or whenever I see things where I believe say I for walking to, I for stepping and do them. That's why I come to the head of this school, this Islamic school, and can donate this table and chair into this particular school. And of course, as an honorable, I get for lobby for my people, I get for lobby for my constituency, and she say they need them by the grace of God, try for meet up. So that's why I meet Ali Kaba as a stakeholder in the community and meet other people around for say at least we move for change and we move for work to the dream of a president, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, and also with First Lady, Madam Fatima Bio, and say we get a better quality education at this big constituency and at this community and at this country as a whole.
The head teacher of El Mabuk Islamic Pre-Primary School, Amadou Wuri Kamara, said, "This is the first time in the history of the school for a sitting honorable to visit a school and also to donate school furniture." He thanked the Member of Parliament for his kind gesture to the school by providing them with a sitting accommodation. He, however, called on the government and non-governmental organizations to assist the school.
Well, I feel happy. I don't even know how to express this because I would say I don't expect this. Because as it stands, the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Ali Kaba, and the Honorable, then come to this mosque, then come pray, nobody not call them, then send them, then see school, then then decide for visit me unannounced. When they come, check everywhere, then say again, maybe one day then go check back. So when I see them today, I really feel happy and I don't know what to say again. Donate 20 chairs, 20 tables. A well-formed table and chairs well standard, more than even the one they will get. I know the crime in school long, but what they do, I believe they look at my structure and then see the most necessary things they want need and to standard. I appreciate this thing and carry it.
The chairman and also board member of the school, Almami Kamara, also thanked the Member of Parliament for providing the school with sitting accommodation. As a pupil, we are finding it very difficult to pay attention in class because of the lack of sitting accommodation in the school, and call on the community members to support the honorable.
I'm happy too much. I really say what they want them to tell you that not disappoint you at all. What you self will don't try for them, fight for them. You self don't be see the benefits. Then at the correct honorable list where God don't give you, where go be say inside the party. And this party will not go disappoint nobody. And we don't be see the example. So we own self now.
For Star News in Freetown, I am George Elliott Sam reporting.
The Ministry of Youth Affairs has unveiled a consultant for the review of the National Youth Policy and Youth Act. Mohamed Basiru Sanusi has more on the story.
Speaking at the Ministry of Information and Communications conference room at U Building in Freetown, the Deputy Youth Commissioner Emerson Kamara highlighted the need for the policy and other acts to be inclusive and effective.
Situate youth rights and youth interest in democratic governance frameworks and their components, including broader participatory structures. Continuing inequality for youth means entrenching broader poverty, debilitating social and economic growth. The need for investment in the youth sector and so moving beyond youth projects, programs, or youth activities to holistic attitudinal, strategic, and financial shifts in engaging, planning, and delivering for and with youth. Strong partnership across stakeholders, including diverse youth groups and the youth sector, and an ability to involve and respect all stakeholders committed to youth rights.
The country director for UNDP, Dr. Samuel Doe, informed the gathering that they will continue to support the youth sector, but urged everyone to focus on areas like poverty, maternal mortality, and sustainable development goals.
This is Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, this is a country in which young women find it difficult to give birth, the highest maternal mortality rate on earth. And that affects the youth. We have one of the highest rates of poverty in Africa. It is 64.2%. In the rural area, it is 80%. And the bulk of the people who are poor are young people. And yet, they are the people with the most energy to cultivate the vast land, arable land in Sierra Leone.
On his part, the consultant Cherno Bar of SIBA Policy Group said that they have the expertise and thanked the government for the task, and promised that they would deliver as expected, considering his background in the youth sector and also the United Nations.
And with the kind of commitment that has defined my life and the life of the team, which is a commitment to inclusiveness, to transformation, and a commitment to understanding that change does not just happen at the top, but that it is a process that includes as well the people that we consider the grassroots. That is why the minister himself said, we will have a document that is worthy of the 21st century, that is worthy of what the international community refers to today as youth and as young people. We will have the most extensive consultation this country has ever seen on the national policy, I can assure you of that. And it will not just be consultation because of consultation. As the minister said, the young people, when they look at the outcome of this process, will not just see themselves in it, they will know they wrote it. We have already engaged UNICEF on using their platform.
Giving the keynote address at the unveiling, the Minister of Youth Affairs, Mohamed Oman Bangura, said that the process will be inclusive, transparent, and will highly implemented upon completion. He went on to urge everyone to embrace the milestone work.
But we are here to announce that we will do it in the most collaborative, visibly transparent, and inclusive ways we have ever in the history of Sierra Leone. Every young person in Sierra Leone will be part of the review process because our voice really matters. The review process will not be a board meeting process. It will not be a management meeting process. It will be our process as young people of Sierra Leone.
Other statements were from Mamadi Gobe Kamara, Deputy Minister of Information and Communications, Honorable Abdul Kabur, the Chairman Parliamentary Caucus on Youth, Onana Jallo, Executive Director, National Youth Service, Plan International, and other partners. The document in review had the revised National Youth Policy of 2014 that expired on December 2018, the National Youth Commission Act of 2009, and the 2016 National Youth Service Act. 1/3 of the country's population are youth, and over 60% of them are unemployed. People in the youth sector believe that if we are to harness the demographic dividend for young people, education, skills training, health, employment, and mindset are pivotal. For Star News in Freetown, I am Mohamed Basiru Sanusi.
Now, one of Sierra Leone's biggest mobile communications company, AfriCell Sierra Leone Limited, is currently catering for tertiary students and school-going pupils during the summer holidays by engaging them in innovative computer skill training at the AfriCell American Corner in Freetown. The first ever AfriCell Coding Bootcamp 2019 was launched by David Moinina Senge, the Chief Innovative Officer for the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation in Sierra Leone. Our reporter Hilton John was in attendance and filed this report.
One of Sierra Leone's biggest mobile telecommunication company, AfriCell, is currently catering for tertiary students and school-going pupils during the summer holidays by engaging them in innovative computer skills at the AfriCell American Corner in Freetown. The first ever AfriCell Coding Bootcamp 2019 was launched by David Moina Senge, Chief Innovation Officer for the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation in Sierra Leone. The company is targeting 120 to 180 students and pupils from primary, secondary schools and tertiary institutions. According to the Chief Corporate Affairs Officer, Joabat Bankura of AfriCell, said AfriCell is helping to build a country digital company to make a business go faster via electronic transaction. One of the pillars in that light is to create an education space through a responsive education system.
So one of the big pillars that had been said, whether it's the ITU or international organizations, all of them had said, one of the major pillars it takes to build a digital economy it says to create a responsive education system. An education system that responds to that environment. And so what we've been doing in AfriCell, even in this space, I was sharing with David earlier, this center, this corner has been here for the last, been operational for the last 6 years. And we just did some quick statistics a few weeks ago on July 4th in an event that we had with the American Embassy, where we discovered that over 62,000 young people have actually benefited from this library over the last 6 years, 62,000, and 13,000 events, separate events have been held over that period. Everything that happens here is about creating that responsive education system.
David Moina Senge, Chief Innovation Officer for the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation at State House, said he's happy to see that the majority of the kids under training are below 12 years. He maintained the age does not matter. What matters most is when you realize that you are a leader.
How many? Who's 8? Who's the youngest person here? How young is the youngest person? Anybody who's below 8 years old? Anybody below 9? Who's 8?
8.
Who's 8 years? Anybody who's below 8? You? Anybody below 9? Anybody below 10? Anybody below 11? Anybody below 12? All right, so a majority or significant amounts of you guys are below 12. And the reason why I did want to point it out is that your age actually doesn't matter. Whether you're 7, whether you're 10, whether you're 5, whether you're 25. The one thing that matters is that you realize and recognize that you are a leader. And you're not a kid. So if somebody, when you go home today and somebody goes, "What's up, kid?" or "Hi, kid," you should say, "I'm a leader. I'm not a kid." And if somebody says, "You're too small to ask a question or to talk," if somebody says, "Children should not speak, adults first," you can respectfully disagree and say, "I disagree."
He maintained that the coding language does not matter, but how one can communicate and how to manage processes. Mark Dembe of Greece Express reiterated the fact that the job from 50 years ago are not the same in recent years, and those at present will not be the same in future. He added that they are now preparing the kids for future jobs. He said to see the Sierra Leoneans go through innovative technology jobs. John Conte, head of Africell Radio, described Africell as a talk-and-do company. He added that since the creation of Africell American Corner in 2013, a total of 62,000 persons and 306 groups have visited the center. For Star TV News in Freetown, I am Milton John reporting.
And now in sports, one of the applicants for the head coach of Sierra Leone national male football team, Musa Kalon, has shared with Star TV where the Sierra Leone Football Association and the Ministry of Sports should give him the opportunity to coach the male national football team for both Nations Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. Hilton John is all set to give us more on that, plus more international updates.
Thanks to you, Hassan. Welcome for today's Sporting News. We start to look at seeing one of the best coaches in the Sierra Leone football, Musa Kalon, who served as the technical director of FC Kalon Football Club and just concluded Sierra Leone Premier League, has called on the Ministry of Sports, the Football Association, to give him the responsibility to serve as the head coach of the national team. He's one of the applicants who applied for the job, and we saw the interview was done on Thursday. Musa Kalon said they need to maintain local content policy, and he believes that he's the right man for the job. He explained more to Star Sports.
Oh, I was very delighted to see the panel this time. They formed a very beautiful panel. I've never seen this one before in my life in Sierra Leone football. I think they are trying to be very fair to all the candidates that applied for the job. And I like it that way. I think it's going to end up in a very good way. It means a lot. It means now that we are having to look down to our local contents now to see what we could do for our own country. And it is better to develop on the human capital now in the country so that we can always be around to help our country rather than to go out and fetch somebody else to come and draw work here in Sierra Leone. 100% I'm hopeful. That's why I'm here. I'm very, very hopeful that I will get the job this time. I've been longing for this job for over 16 years. But now I'm having a step further, nearer to the job because I'm being interviewed for the job. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, football is the youth that play football, not old people actually. So national team or club is about the youth. So I'm still continuing what I love to do best. And I promise Sierra Leoneans that this is the time for us all. I'm going to bring all the youth, all young people together so that we can take this team to wherever we want the team to be.
Let's see whether Musa Kalon will succeed as the head coach of the national team. Is one of the applicants. He's calling on the Ministry of Sports, the Football Association, to consider him for the job. In the international scene, Romelu Lukaku, one of the leading goal scorers of Manchester United 2 seasons, have signed for Inter Milan. It could be reckoned that Manchester United was trying to see how Lukaku will extend his contract. But according to the club, Antonio Conte paid more attention to the player. Here is the report.
The Belgian joins the Serie A side after a summer-long transfer saga and has signed a contract until 2024. Lukaku was down the pecking order at Manchester United, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer preferring Marcus Rashford. And the Belgian has joined Inter for a fee of £73 million. After joining Antonio Conte's side, Lukaku said, "Inter, it's not for everyone, that's why I'm here." The striker, with a grin on his face and wearing an Inter shirt, delivered the cryptic words. Lukaku, leaving United, leaves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with few options in attack. Transfer News Live. Latest deadline day deals: Rashford will lead the line with Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial and Alexis Sanchez as three only other viable options. Lukaku went on strike to force a move and failed to return to United training this week. United legend Paul Scholes believes a move away from Old Trafford was the right thing for Lukaku. That's despite Lukaku netting 42 goals in 96 games.
In Inter Milan Football Club, let's see how he will triumphant in the team as he join Antonio Conte's side, the former Chelsea boss. Coming on Saturday, the kickstart of the Premier League that begin on Friday. Manchester United will play against Chelsea on Saturday. It could be called that Chelsea won the UEFA competition and the third position at the end of the season. Manchester United fought it very hard. They were unable for them to get a ticket to the Champions League this season. So on Saturday, coming up in the Premier League, Chelsea playing against Manchester United. Yet to see what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer boys will bring against Frank Lampard. That's all for sports. Back to Hassan in the studio.
Many thanks to Hilton John for those sporting news. Well, we had it now time to bring you the weather and currency exchange updates for today.